make sure that they don't get a chance to play. And if you are going first, you get to set the purge and preserve your fire effects, but you just want to make sure your opponents aren't able to play. We'll see if that is enough against a deck like Sky Striker that wants to prolong the game anyway.
And has so many different ways to add cards from the deck to the hand, right? If we can just get to a linkage to a Sky Striker 0.
Definitely wants to simplify the game here rather than make an entire board. And we get to our copy of Engage here.
No Ash Blossom will be coming down. He cannot use the effects of fire.
We're going to chain Fallen and Virtuous.
To destroy the Engage, so he'll have 3 spells in the graveyard.
I'm trying to get that draw here off of the effective Engage. Checks that resolution. Now there is 3 copies, as you mentioned. Going to be adding copy of Ray.
I'll concede.
Yeah, no, that is enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Purge was not going to be able to slow him down. He realized that he's not going to be able to come back. Instead of wasting any more time, we're just going to dive right into game number 2. So a great start here for Brian in his Sky Striker strategy.
Can we mention how heads up that play was from Pack here? Not only is like knowing that you're under Purge, the game is going to be that much more difficult. The Sky Striker strategy at this point, resolving Engage to draw, adding Ray, is going to be able to do everything it needs to do. You know that you could potentially still play this game, but it's going to take a long time. And time is a factor here. But so Pack is just opting to go first game number 2 here and preserve that time, knowing that this matchup can take a while.
Do you think there's any reality where he just lets Brian go first? Because Sky Striker is a really good deck at going second, especially when you're diving into that the side deck, the Sky deck. That's what we should call the Sky Striker side deck, the Sky deck.
I think it is something that you could potentially do, but there are so many powerful trap cards that come out of the side deck here that could be extremely powerful against spell-heavy strategies like Sky Striker. If you have any of the new Solemn cards, maybe Solemn Accusation or maybe a copy of Anti-Spell Fragrance, you could take advantage of those post-side when you know you're going first. So I think in this position, it's a bit of a gamble, but you can take it. That's something that would be another mind game that Pack can do here. But I feel like you are inclined to go first.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you lose game 1 going second like that quickly and concede. To have that, usually when you do something like that, let your opponent go first, you want to win game 1 or something. You have a little bit of leeway, not like everything's on the line for that next game, but stoic and locked in, understood it's just one game. He's going to be able to bounce back, but he has to stay focused. Brian on the other side also focused, locked in.
Technically gave no information here, right? It was just the Purge that was activated on Pack side. At this point, that is kind of telling of CoolToon. Has been a very popular card in a lot of CoolToon strategies here. But doesn't necessarily give that away.
Yeah, no, certainly not. You'd have, but Pack, unfortunately, the downside of being someone that is known, sometimes it's known what deck they're probably playing in the tournament because it kind of like goes viral around the room once the day starts. But this is game number 2. Will Pack be able to bounce back, or will Brian take the clean 2-0 sweep?
Yeah, semi main.
All right, Pack is going first.
Let's see what we start with.
Q effect.
We're going to be normal summoning Q, using its effect to summon from the deck here. It's allowed to resolve. No more charmies of any kind in this situation. Rotary is going to be summoned from the deck.
Okay, interesting.
Just want to go straight into the track maker here. And we're going to be synchroing using the Rotary and a copy of a second copy of Q from hand.
I guess this is the time where you do the two. When you have 2 Qs, this is the most optimal way to play it. Because obviously with like Q, you can summon Rico, get Rotary, and like do the normal stuff. But trying to play in a different manner.
Q is the top 2. That is correct.
Maybe a more effective line.
Trying to play around Droll and Lockbird as well. Just make sure you resolve Rotary first, get all the information.
Exactly. These kind of things are the difference between winning and losing a lot of the times, is making sure you don't play around Droll and Lockbird. Because sometimes if you just play into it, you're like, oh, I lost a Droll and Lockbird.
And there it is!
But you can play around it sometimes. Excellent duelist mentality here. What a hand, though. We also see Pot of Sloth, Forbidden Droplet, Hornet Drones, and Rose. Not a bad hand going second, but we knew Sky Striker is solid going second. Especially with Pot of Sloth being introduced into the format with Chaos Origins. I've been waiting to see a Pot of Sloth be activated on stream, and I hope we get to see it this game.
Namely into this matchup as well, Rotary being so powerful, being able to know exactly what it is that you have to deal with Sloth changes everything.
It does. Like, he knows all the information now, but once he uses that Pot of Sloth, it's all a mystery. Do you think Pac's going to try and have his little cards on the field to make it less impactful?
I think he's just going to try to have something that can interact with it.
Top and I'll banish the call by.
Oh, we're going to leave another sloth on top. That means we're not going to try to interact with it. But yeah, the Rotary as well as the Trackmaker are going to resolve here, adding KEWL Synchro as well as JJ KEWL.
That's the cool thing about Pot of Sloth. Even if you have two and the first one does resolve, you can just put the other one back.
Yes.
And it becomes a cool card. It is a side deck staple in my opinion.
Absolutely. Going second, that is one of the ideal cards to have. You're being able to craft the perfect hand for any situation.
All
right, we can choose to use the Drone Lockbird now.
Looks like he's considering it.
I mean, if not now, then when?
Nothing on res.
No, you want to just keep it in hand for the sloth, just to be able to put it back.
Activate JJ.
True. Smart stuff. JJ KEWL is going to allow Pac to have an additional normal summon here.
Normal summon mix effect.
Normal summons KEWL mix. That'll add a non-level 2 KEWL.
Is it going to be another copy of Rotary?
He still hasn't used Rico yet.
It's going to be another Rotary.
Rotary effect. Reveal Rico.
There it is.
Rico effect.
Sure.
Now you know that the Drone Lockbird is there, but it's not going to be used. There's no real value in it being used here. You're preserving your searches after the fact, getting the high priority ones that are Trackmaker as well as Rotary resolved. Now Clip is in the hand.
I will not be going back in, so...
How will Pac reduce the number of cards on his field so this Pot of Sloth isn't as impactful as it could be?
Actually, sorry, I lied. JJ should be Q. Forgot to do one more thing.
JJ is going to resolve here, getting rid of the Q to summon another monster from the deck here.
We have another Rico, and then there'll be Synchro Summoning for Remix. Does he go into Zaylin with the Rico and the Trackmaker as well? Or does he leave them on the field?
Right now are KTS, Clip, and one other one, right? Search this turn?
Rotary.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Yep. Oh yeah, you can't ask it that way, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
the cards that I know that have been searched by XFX, right? That's all I can ask. What
No.
you added, yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can ask that either, but it's okay.
The players are communicating well enough. Like,
Yeah.
Pac just tells them, yeah, I have Rotary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it becomes private knowledge again, you can't go back.
All right, he draws that Pot of Sloth for turn, as we knew about, so there's 2 slots in hand.
Stand by.
I think you can send.
Full information known right now, but there's not much you could do about the slot being activated.
Yeah.
5 cards on the field. Just thinking about using Remix to go into a back-to-backer as Zaylin.
Yep.
Am I trying to just consolidate?
So I will add.
1 goes to hand, 1 special summons to the field, and then afterwards he can conduct a
Q.
Synchro Summon.
Summon Rico and then resolve.
Gonna Synchro with
These
Rotary and,
The other Rico?
yep, and the level 3.
Make
Another Trackmaker.
Trackmaker. New chain. Chainlink 1.
So maybe he's trying to find a way to do the double loudness war.
Chainlink 3 Rotary.
On his opponent's turn, we know he added KEWL Synchro.
He can do it right now. He has Clip plus KEWL Synchro, and that's double Trackmaker.
That is the go-to move in this matchup.
Hand.
We're just going to double check.
Same cards we saw last
Trackmaker
turn.
resolves. Yep, you're good. And this
2 more copies of KEWL Synchro being added to the hand. Rico is going to add back the Rotary from the graveyard.
Getting so much value here. Full hand right now.
Main phase?
Yep.
All right, so no loudness wars just yet. He wants to get that value from the maker. Pot of Sloth is going to be activated.
Resolve.
So it's going to resolve for 5 cards.
Yep.
He's going to draw 5 and put 4 back. 1,
Duster.
2,
Engage.
3, 4, 5. When have you ever drawn 5 from a spell card?
Yep.
Look how many cards are in his hand. What is he going to put back? He gets to sculpt exactly what he wants.
Let's think. What do we know is going to go back? The Droll, the other copy of Sloth. It looks like he's putting back the Rose,
Maybe a Widow Anchor?
the Lemnis Gate as well,
Oh, Lemnis Gate?
and the drones here.
Who needs Saryuja Skuldred when you have Pot of Sloth?
All right, resolved here. Fresh hand, not enough information for Pac anymore, which is a lot more difficult for KEWL to function. KEWL has a lot of exploitable effects, right? There's always little things that they don't get to interact with well, but when you have perfect information, it's a lot easier to use them. Now, especially in a deck like Striker, this could be really difficult for Pak.
Pak has a full hand of cards.
I think I rest.
He has Clip in hand. He has Cool Tune Synchro set. Might have some other interactions. Brian's going to have to navigate this. He's going to start with Harpy's Feather Duster to force out the Cool Tune Synchro.
Yep.
So he could add a level 3 and make a Loudness War. He could add a level 3 and make a Zaylin. There's so many different things he could do. He could go into back-to-back.
It's just unfortunate that because it is forced here, he's not going to get maximum value off the Trackmaker here. We're going to be adding a copy of Mix, synchroing with the Mix and one of the Trackmakers.
First Loudness War. Then he can save the other Trackmaker effect when he uses Clip, so he can get the second Loudness War.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, with just the cards, with just Clip and Cool Tune Synchro and the 2 level 4s on the field, very easy to go into 2 6s. And that was by design.
Exactly. We talked about this in the beginning. This is one of those exact strategies designed to battle the Sky Striker matchup, knowing that it is one of the more difficult matchups. Not necessarily an impossible one, just not as easy as everything else.
All right, next up is Sky Striker Mobilize Engage.
With 2 spells in the graveyard at the moment. For now.
For now.
Yeah, it's good.
It resolves.
I believe we're going to chain a copy of Visions here. Oh no, we're going to chain the Droplets. We do know about that. That's unfortunate. The double Loudness War doesn't really work well when you know about Droplets.
Draw 2, discard 1.
Oh, we have Visions here. Another reason why Pak has been conserving this play. He doesn't want both Loudness Wars to be on the field right now immediately for the drop to get maximum value. But Visions is allowed to resolve, draw 2, discard a quick play spell here. Going to be discarding another copy of Radiant Typhoon Visions.
Doesn't need a Mystical Space Typhoon.
Absolutely. We had the Duster earlier, and now there are 3 spells in the graveyard to resolve Engage and get the draw as well. Engage is going to be adding a copy of Sky Striker Ace Ray. And at Resolution, we'll be drawing a card.
Sky Striker's such a strong deck going second, and when you have Pot of Sloth on top of that, looks like you drew into a Draw and Lockbird. Not great.
Not going to be particularly useful right now. Looks like he has a copy of Illusion Gate in hand.
Illusion Gate would be pretty good. If he has Illusion Gate Droplet, like...
Let's see if that's what happens next. We're going to normal summon Sky Striker. We're going to be activating its effect to tribute itself to Special Summon, or to Link Summon. Special Summon? Special Summon.
Special Summon.
Yeah. That one's allowed to resolve. Ray can go ahead and summon a Sky Striker monster from the extra deck here.
And the hard part is Pak knows he has the Droplet, so that's why he's holding off on trying to make the other Loudness War as long as he can, because he can get the Droplet forced out before he uses all of his resources. He might have a chance.
Yeah, just trying to really limit the value that the Droplets can get. He's going to have to use the Droplet eventually and wants to give up actual resources instead of cards he's already playing.
Like 2 Rose or something.
Kagari is going to use its effect on summon, and Rose is going to be able to use its effect as well to special summon himself from the hand.
So is he going to use the Loudness War to shuffle back?
Copy the effect to shuffle back a card from your grave
to
the bottom of your deck.
Is he going to use the Droplet right now?
It's going to be Widowwanker.
Oh, man. But he has Clip.
Chain Clip.
Yep, Chain Clip.
What will we do about this now? Pak using the information he has really well, trying to make it as difficult for Brian to play into his field as possible. There's going to be the Forbidden Droplet. Still doesn't really deal with the Loudness War.
Yeah.
Chain Veiler, target Kagari.
And we're going to chain the Veiler on the effect of Sky Striker Ace Kagari here.
Because he sent the Widow Anchor, so he can respond to the monster effect. Wait, what is this Droplet accomplishing?
It's just, this could be a misstep from Brian here. The Loudness War will likely be synchroed away. Unless he's opting to leave it on the field now.
Veiler resolves, now you resolve Droplets.
We get to see if he's going to go after the Loudness War now. That's why he Valor just in case. Because if he doesn't go after the Loudness War, he can set up the double Loudness War here.
Yeah.
Putting Brian in a predicament. I mean, both these players have been playing really well so far.
You can also make a Zayla. There's so many different things that Pack can do. Yeah, you got to go after the Loudness War.
Now I resolve Clip.
Okay, so he at least forces that out. Now Clip.
Thinking on what I want to.
You can synchro with anybody. There's so many different things he can make right now.
I mean, this is one of those situations where it really shows how optimal it is to hold your resources back. You have a bunch of interactions. You want to force your opponent to use as many cards as possible before you need to use your interactions if you haven't been forced to do so prior, just to make it that much more complicated for your opponent. Droplet was the best answer that Brian had, but Pack made it really difficult here, and back-to-back now hits the board.
Does not resolve. The Rose resolves the summon. The Kagari is negated. New Chain Link. Do you have any triggers?
No.
My trigger is going to be Trackmaker effect.
Trackmaker, because it was sent to the graveyard, or Synchro Summon is going to be able to return a card to the hand, non-targeting.
I will bounce your Kagari.
All right, Kagari's going back.
I believe the Ray is still in the graveyard here. Oh no, did we? Because we synchroned with the Loudness War, did it resolve?
No, I don't think so. But back-to-back can bring back that Loudness Roar with its effect back again. The protection effect. The big thing is about back-to-back, not only does it summon back a tuner, it lets you perform a synchro summon afterwards every time.
I mean, fantastic card here.
So it puts Brian in a bit of a pickle, because if he activates any card of effect, he's probably going to lose.
B2B, targeting...
Yep, not even using the effect of Ray here. I mean, just exceptionally well played from Pack.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was all on purpose, too, which is crazy. He saw the line from a mile away.
Okay.
He knew what he had to do. I mean, that's where having the practice with this deck is so important. Cool Tune, notably one of the strongest decks in this tournament, but not easy to play.
It is not. Easy to use, but not easy to master, probably.
Good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I will summon.
Mix
and then
comes back.
perform a synchro for.
And he's going to make... You can make Zaylin. Or he can make RS.
RS.
It will be RS. And it looks like he can use the effect of Mix. I don't think he's used it this turn.
Yeah,
oh, there's Ray. Actually was used.
Chainlink 1, Mix. I will target your
Rose?
Ray.
Oh, he already used the quick effect
Yeah, he
of Ray.
did use the effect of Ray.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter too much which one he picks there.
Yours. Anything else?
No.
This makes it difficult for him to get into something along the lines of Skyscraper 0. Already used Kagari as well.
I mean, one of his cards in hand is Droll and Lockbird. And he has one other card.
Yeah, even after Pot of Sloth, just forcing out the cards to be used first.
I don't know if the cards were the most effective against the way Pack set up his field, unfortunately, for Brian.
By design, as you mentioned.
That's what's so good about Cool Tune is when you know your opponent's cards, you can kind of set yourself up in the best way possible.
Draws off Sloth, but they're all so good that I just didn't need that extra card. It's crazy.
But Pack is going to even out the score here, and we're going to be going to a game number 3 between these two top-tier duelists.
Yeah.
Brian will be able to choose to go first again. But again, this is his choice now, and as you mentioned earlier, Pack had the option to choose to go second. Brian also has that option here.
Now going into the side decks, it looks like, oh man, that's tough. I mean, you have to assume Brian's going to choose to go first, right? He lost going second, won going first. Got to kind of repeat that success if you can.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing that Pack was able to play around like the Pot of Sloth, the Forbidden Droplet, the way he set up his field and everything like that. You're like, you know what? I'm going to try to just make sure I can stop your stuff before you get going. As opposed to finishing you off and countering your strategy.
Exactly. I don't think there was anything that would have happened in that turn for Pack that would come out of his deck going into game number 3. You often do see some engine being sided out, but typically the Cool Tune cards all remain intact here because the deck has so much space for other pieces that you don't necessarily ever have to touch the Cool Tune cards themselves when you side deck here. You don't want to leave that option open for Pack by making him go first, but this option is still there if you have the side deck tools to try to capitalize on it. Maybe you are just putting in a bunch of copies of Mulcharmy cards to try to limit Pack's plays and then pick it apart after the fact. And if you know that he's going to be siding in potential cards like Harpy's Feather Duster and other forms of removal into your strategy, you just want him to open those instead, really limit the amount of resources he has into your turn. It's still definitely a decision, not guaranteed that you're choosing to go first here.
Yeah, it's really up in the air, and this is where you do stuff like that, the mind games, where you have to catch your opponent off guard to try and steal a win, especially when you're up against a high-caliber player like both of these duelists.
That mind game is definitely in Pack's head as well. He has to be aware. Is he going to be able to go first? Is he for sure going second? Is there some middle ground where you just keep your deck mostly the same? Or are you just going to lean into it and make sure you have all the tools for the worst case scenario where Brian is siding to go first and chooses to go first?
Well, by the sheer amount of Mulcharmies I just saw on Pack's side deck, I think he will be expecting to go first. Or maybe just something that Charmy is very good against Sky Striker because you only get like one draw from the Fua. Could be the case.
Very possible. We're going to find out momentarily here. Brian has presented his deck. Pack still shuffling. Oh, it looks like we're only cutting one card for Pack here.
The classic. I'd rather just tap than cut one card, to be honest.
It's more comical this way.
It is a little more funny.
Pack really shuffling his own deck here. Round is important. Every win counts here.
Both these duelists are undefeated so far.
I'll go first.
Okay.
And Brian does go first. The players are ready. Hands are about to be drawn here as we go into game number 3.
All right, smiling and waiting.
We're moments away.
All right, the smiles are gone. The players are focused. It's the final game of round 3. Only one of these duelists will move on undefeated. The other one will have one loss, but still be in the tournament thanks to the Swiss round play that we have as our tournament format. All right, we see some interactions there in the hand. At least see the Radiant Typhoon swing in Brian's hand, so we're going to see some of the Radiant Typhoon cards actually be played this game,
Stand by me.
besides Visions.
I think both hands do seem pretty capable, just at first glance. Well, we'll see how Brian decides to start his turn here. Will it be that copy of Engage?
Question.
We're going to be starting with our Radiant Typhoon monster here. This one is going to be met with Effect Veiler. Now your main monster zone is locked up. What are you going to do about it?
Effect Veiling and Radiant Typhoon in Sky Striker is absolutely incredible. Upstart Goblin is going to really need a good card off the top of the deck. What is it going to be?
Draw a way out of it. Oh, I mean, Drone Lockbird can prove useful in following turns, but not right now.
He can't activate that Engage.
We're going to be normal summoning it, clear up our monster zones here.
Pack knows he's trying to get that Swin off the field, and he might. Does he have Clip Mix? Does he have Cool Tune Clip? Okay.
Yes, Cool Tune
Does
Clip.
he have Mix?
Hits the field. He has the mix!
These Cool Tune players are out of their minds. How do they do it? How are they so good opening up the Clip Mix? Track Maker. He's going to get to destroy a monster. Random banish from the extra deck, and he's going to try and keep this Droll Lockbird on the field in the main monster zone. So
maximum value here, getting the Droll out of the hand, hitting a monster on the field. You had the mix, so you're able to get maximum value off the Track Maker as well.
Random, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll random. I'm just gonna roll a coin and pick randomly.
Okay.
Roll a coin, he says.
that's what I like to do. Roll the coins. Okay,
Oh,
Camilla.
Maybe I never needed to pop.
That's crazy.
Well, boom. Then I'll add.
Boom. I like that boom. Cool Tune Synchros being added to the hand here.
I mean, this
Droll Lockbird on the field staring down the Track
stop
Maker.
the,
He's jamming out right
hold
now.
this is devastating for Brian. There's not really a way out of this.
Does he have linkage? Does he have anything?
This game could go as quickly as game number 1 did.
He needs linkage. He doesn't. He has it engaged, but he can't activate it.
Set 1 and pass.
That
Drone Lockbird on the field.
Stand
That
by.
effect veiler was
Main.
huge.
All right, Pack's turn now.
You know, Brian has me thinking I should have engaged first. I should have engaged first.
We're going to immediately synchro with the Trackmaker and Ash Blossom in hand to make Zalen here. Trackmaker can now use its effect. Going to put that set back in the hand for Brian.
We saw it in round 1, how strong it is
Also
for
a
Cool
mixed
Tune to
effect.
start with the Trackmaker on their field at the beginning of your turn. It is the synchro monster that you can use a monster from your hand to synchro
Resolution.
with. So you don't even have to normal summon and you get Zalen on the field. You get to take a card and bounce
Back
it
to
and
JJ.
return it to your
Yeah.
opponent's hand.
Almost like
Absolutely
a effect.
incredible. Cool Tunes just going to town now.
Trackmaker.
Oh, the
Extra normal summon Q, bring back Trackmaker.
extreme value here.
Trackmaker gets to search anytime it's special summoned.
We have 2 copies of Cool Tune Synchro known in our hand now. There's so much damage represented. The Drone Lockbird providing 0 attack.
This is a Droll and Lockbird looking down against the scary
JJ
field.
should be mixed.
Gonna use JJ Cooltune to swap out the mix for a Rico. Rico's gonna add back something from the graveyard. Nope, going for the deck.
Just checking to see if we already had a copy of Rotary. We did not, so Rotary going to the hand here to be immediately synchroed away.
Another track make. Okay,
There it is.
Chain link
gonna
one
get a search for
and
Rotary.
chain link 2Q.
Just get all the information possible before committing to our next couple plays.
Got it.
Yeah, Brian just going to immediately concede. There's nothing left for him to do, and Pack takes it away to move on 3-0 in this tournament.